Once again, to give you the pay-per-view review. And that's one of my worst intros ever. Nearly as bad as the one I just had for the start of this video. And on that bombshell, yes, it's me, it's that A-S-H-L-E-Y. Yeah, I didn't think that for thanks, Road Dog. Anyway, yes, we just had the pay-per-view Over the Limit 2012, Carolina, from Raleigh, North Carolina, I think it was, yeah. And review, well, let's start with the pre-show match. Kane versus Zack Ryder. Match that for a pre-show goes as pretty much nearly everybody expected, and in that essence it was Kane that came out on top. Ryder did get some offensive in, and there was a bit where I think he was channeling Chris Jericho, because Kane got hit on the outside ring steps and then Ryder got in the ring and said, "Count it! Ask him! Count it!" You know, exactly like that, which was awesome. Well, I wouldn't say awesome, but for a pre-show it was actually pretty awesome. Something that was entertaining that I could do comparisons to. You know, the match was okay, nothing spectacular, but there we go. Then, in the closing moments of the pre-show, we had all the entrants for the Battle Royale. Battle Royale. That's a movie about people being violent like the Hunger Games. Battle Royal, an over-the-top rope one, featuring some of the people off the top of my head: Miz, Ezekiel Jackson, Tyler Rex, Kurt Hawkins, David Otunga, Great Khali, and then William Regal. And I was like, who cares about anybody else? William Regal's in this. This is awesome. And then Peep's music hit, and Christian is back. Sweet! It's good to see him back after everything that's happened over the last few months with him coming back. No, he isn't coming back. Yes, he's coming back. No, he isn't. No, now actually he is. He won the Battle Royal, which meant that he could have a chance to decide on who he goes for, whether it be Santino's US title or Cody's IC title. Note to WWE, you could have set this 6 days ago, rather than have it as a last-minute thing announced on the day of the pay-per-view, to be quite honest. We then see, as our first official match, because we haven't had the intro yet, R-Truth and Kofi taking on Ziggler and Swagger, and this was a good little tag team match. The finish came with a pretty sweet spot from, I think Ziggler was going for a running into the corner with his, I can't remember what the move is, but Kofi got it, and then just as Kofi got out of it, he got his kick high enough so he did Trouble in Paradise, which was a sweet little spot, which meant that Kofi and R-Truth retain. Next, we saw the Divas title with Layla versus Beth, which was, you know, for normal Divas matches, actually pretty astonishing. Well, it was a good match. Beth was in a very revealing outfit as well, which, you know, thumbs up. Layla, well, she's British, I don't care. She's, you know, I'm biased, people. Deal with it. Anyway, finish came with, well, there was a nice little bit with a Grand Slam, which then got reversed into a, well, she rolled out of a Grand Slam into a pin attempt, then into a another school Schoolboy? Is it schoolgirl? I don't know. I'm being robbed to girl by somebody on Skype. Who's the person that I'm doing this video for, because do it himself. And now he's gonna put a comment in Skype saying ass. Yes, I know you're listening, Billy. Next is the jump cut. Anyway, the next match was the Fatal 4-Way match for the World Heavyweight title with Sheamus, Del Rio, Cohen, Orton, which was a very good match, I will say that. Good few little spots with there was a double person, and Ricardo DDT from Orton. Then there was a nice little bit with Walls of Jericho on Del Rio. Sheamus went for the bro kick but missed, and then got reversed straight into a code breaker. And the final bit came with an attempted bro kick on Jericho, which missed, which then led to Orton hitting RKOs on pretty much everybody until we got to Sheamus, and then Sheamus hit him with the bro kick. And after that, Jericho went for him, but then hit the white noise, which is Finley's old finisher, except it's being called white noise because Sheamus is white, in case you missed that, people. And Sheamus got the win by pinning Jericho. So, if that is Jericho's last match, once again, he was the guy that was pinned. You know, as much as I like to see Jericho back, I don't like to see him back just pushing people every week. Because he won a few matches over the time he's been in since January. But I would like to see him being some kind of competitive thing and at least win a match that matters at a pay-per-view, rather than just lose and then often have his music career continue. Not that I'm against that, but I just, for somebody that's put so much into the business like Jericho, I think he just deserves a little more credit than that. But then again, it still was a pretty good match with him and Punk at WrestleMania Extreme Rules, so, you know, look on it what you will. Don't know why I said that with that kind of accent, but anyway. Next match. Oh dear, it's a squash match. Miz comes out and decides to say, you know, I'm a better Brodus Clay. And then promptly does a Thriller dance, which Michael Jackson will be signing him up to play him in a new version of his life, which will probably be made into a movie. I mean, hell, Miz is already doing Homefront or whatever. Or Marine, however it's called. Not Homefront, the video game. Although if it might be the same plot, you never know. But yeah, that was a quick, short little match. Then we had the Christian match. Now, it was originally supposed to be him versus Santino, but then there was a backstage segment just before it where Cody Rhodes was saying, oh, you know, you should go for it, because the belt needs legitimizing. The IC belt is perfectly fine. Christian's there, and Christian goes, oh, okay, I'm going for your belt instead. And then, good little match between Christian and Cody, and Christian gets the win with a kill switch, I think. And there you go, new Intercontinental Champion. Somebody else has that really cool belt. The only problem I have with this, Cody is a transitional champion. He held the belt for 3 weeks, and he gave it away to somebody. Kind of in the same vein as Big Show, so... next month, John Morrison comes back and takes the belt at No Way Out. And if that happens, somebody give me loads of cake mix or something. I don't want money, just cake mix. Payment and cake mix will suffice. Don't know why I did that in a posh accent. This is really weird. Anyway, then we had the penultimate match, which was by far match of the night. Punk versus Bryan. Dear God, words cannot describe it. It is up there, possibly, challenging Taker versus Triple H the match of the year. And the ending was perfect. The bell lock on Punk. Punk rolls Bryan's shoulders to the mat, gets the 3 count, and then just after the 3 count, as the bell rings, Punk taps out. So what I see happening, Punk versus Bryan, 30-minute ultimate submission match. Please let it happen, WWE. If so, I will be flipping excited. Holy man. You know, to quote Booker T, oh my goodness. And then we come to the main event. Well, sorry, quote unquote main event, because it wasn't. Cena versus Laurinaitis. And, you know, Cena oh no, sorry, I forgot a match. This is how memorable it was. Camacho came out and had a match with Ryback. It lasted them 2 minutes. Ryback. That's why I didn't talk about it, because it's kind of really obvious who bloody... But yeah, sorry. Anger about the main event. Now. Well, anger, yes, and, you know, the match is okay. It's just not a main event match. Just because Cena's in it, and because, quote-unquote, everybody's talking about it, doesn't mean it has to be the main event. To be quite honest. You know, it was a fun little match, you know. I did like the bit where they went to the commentary table, the Spanish commentary table, and Cena was doing impressions of Booker T, and then he got bottles of water and tipped them over Cena, tipped them over Laurinaitis, and then tipped one over his crotch area. You know, I know this is we're trying to turn into Attitude Era version 3, but not like that, please. And then all the night they were teasing that with the people power, Hawkins and Rex were going to be security for people power in the crowd. So I thought, could they get involved? But they're still technically signed up as talent. But, you know, it was pretty much it was trying to be a squash match, and then Laurinaitis did get some offensive in. And then he tried to walk out the building. Cue Big Show coming in. Yes, the guy who was fired and is not under contract. So he's already terminated. Hint, hint. Comes down, brings Laurinaitis to the ring. Goes to give him a chokeslam. Throws him away. Cena gets him in the AA. And Big Show hits Cena legitimately with the WMD. Then it takes about 2.5 minutes for Laurinaitis to realise this, roll Cena up, get the 3 count. Laurinaitis wins. Big Show turns heel. Match ending was obvious. Match positioning in the card, ludicrous. To be quite honest. Especially with that crowd. It seems to be quite a lot of crowds don't care what the WWE wants them to think now. Bryan was getting huge cheers. Punk was getting huge cheers. So it was basically a face versus face match. When Big Show turned heel by hitting Cena, the crowd went crazy in a good way. Not in boos, they were cheering. So, WWE, try and work out what you're doing, or something, because I have to give it a 7.5. I would have probably given it an 8 or an 8.5 if you put the matches the other way around. But just the way you booked it, like the Battle Royal that started basically as the pay-per-view legitimately started. I'm not talking about the pre-show, because, you know, they came back from... Well, they came from the, you know, the WWE logo intro, and then they were already fighting in the ring. So for anybody that didn't see the pre-show, you know, I'm trying to work out how they're going to put this onto the DVD. How they're going to work it in. Because if you watch the DVD from the start, it will just be them fighting. You won't know that they set up a match for a battle royal for the IC or US titles. You know, it's just a little bit of planning and forethought from WWE would have made this work better. As I say, overall a 7.5. It would be more, but it's just not in the right position. But anyway, what were your thoughts? Did you like the main event or not, like me? What did you think of Punk Bryan? Do you think it's a match of the year contender? What did you think of my Macho Man impersonation? By the way, before I finish, rest in peace Macho and rest in peace Robin Gibb. I will say that now. Two greats that went down on the 20th of May. One last year and one just, today. But with that, yeah, subscribe for more videos from me when I'm told to do them. Subscribe for more videos of gameplay and news and whatever from Billy. Say hi, Billy. If the mic picks up that, that's amazing. But anyway, yeah, this is Ashley signing out, saying, if Laurinaitis is now manager, does that mean he can hire me as, executive vice president of assessing Eve's boot?